Hi everyone, we're going to use the inverse formula to evaluate logarithms. Basically, if your bases here are the same, then our answer is x. And I wanted to show you why this works. So, first of all, we know that this has the form of b to the p equals x. Now, if I rewrite it as a log, I'm going to write this as log, my base is a, my value is x, equals your log, your power. When your power is this, log base a of a. So that's why it works. Okay, so that's why our answer is x. The main thing you need to know is that your bases have to be the same. And we have two that they are, but the rest we're going to have to change the base. So the first one we're going to do is this one. So we already know the formula is a to log base a of x equals x. So in this case, my a's are the same, so my answer is just 7. Same thing here. My bases are the same, so my answer is just your x, which is going to be 13. Now the rest of them, we have 6 where the bases aren't the same. So we're going to have to make sure the bases are the same. So for example, this one's not the same. So what I want to do is make these the same. What I'm going to do is change this 3 to the square root of 9. Remember, the square root of 9 is the same as 9 to the 1/2. So I'm going to write this as 9 to the 1/2 because that equals 3. And then times it by my power, which is log base 9 of 10. Alright? Now, I'm going to use my power property and move this 1/2 here. So we get 9 times log base 9 of 10 to the 1/2. Now, my bases are the same, so my answer is just 10 to the 1/2 or square root of 10. Okay, the next one is this one. My bases aren't the same, so I'm going to write this 16. You want to make the bases the same, so this is going to be 2 to the 4th times log base 2 of 5. Alright, and now I'm going to use my power property and move that 4 up there. So we have 2 log base 2 of 5 to the 4th. Since using my formula, excuse me, since my bases are the same here, my answer is just 5 to the 4th, which equals 625. The next one is this one. My bases aren't the same. This is your power, so I'm going to write this as the 4th root of 81. Because 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 is 81. So the 4th root, and I'm going to also write it as 81 to the 1/4 times log base 81 of 10. Now, using your power property, you get 81 to log base 81 of 10 to the 1/4. So, using our formula, my answer is 10 to the 1/4, which is the same thing as the 4th root of 10. Okay, the next one is this one. I want my bases to be the same, so this one's a little easier. We're going to do we're going to do 5 squared times log base 5 of 12. Excuse me, use your power property. Whoops, sorry. So we're going to get 5 times log base 5 of 12 squared. Based on our formula, that means that's our answer. So 12 squared equals 144. We got two more. This one, I'm going to go ahead and change this to, this 5 is the cube root of 125. The cube root of 125 is 5. So I'm going to write this as 125 to the 1/3. Now I'm going to change that 5 to this. So we can have the same base a's. So 125 to the 1/3 times log base 125 of 10. Use your power property. And move that 1/3 with the 10. So that's 10 to the 1/3. So my final answer, based on my formula, is 10 to the 1/3, which is the cube root of 10. These are equivalent. This is a rational way to write it, and this is the radical way to write it. And the last one is this. So I'm going to change this 4 to 2 squared, and then multiply it by my power, and then use your power property to move this 2 right there. So we get 2 to the power of log base 2 of 7 squared. And using your formula, that means since my bases are the same, that's 7 squared, which is 49. And that's your final answer. Thank you, and have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Class, Miss Shaw's class. Boy, I love math. Miss Shaw's class, Miss Shaw's class.
Don't fail! Watch Miss Shaw's videos for free.